thanks for tuning in. I wanted to remind you of our Road to 1,000 Subscribers giveaway that we have going on our YouTube channel. If you subscribe and have a public profile, you'll be entered to win a free RX Smart Gear original jump rope. You'll get to pick the pattern of the handles, the color and weight of the cable, and you'll be getting one of the best-selling, best-performing jump ropes out there. Every time we hit a new century mark with the number of subscribers to our channel, we'll randomly select a new winner. And our friend Dave Newman is going to throw in a little something extra for each winner. So a special thanks to our sponsor, RX Smart Gear, to Dave Newman for being such a great partner, and to you for being a loyal listener. Good luck, and I hope you are our next winner.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends podcast. If you notice, the Clydesdale's not here because we have a special episode with just Charlie and Amy. And we have our friend of the show, Dex Hopkins, here. Welcome, Dex.
There we go. Okay. I don't know who it was. It might be me. I'm at the gym. But what's up? Hello.
I was saying, the last time we talked, you were kind of talking us through and giving us your input on the quarterfinals workouts. And then the quarterfinals happened. And then we went into semifinals.
Yeah.
Which you got to go and be a coach at the Granite Games.
Yeah, we got I got to cover a lot of them. So we're working with Brute Strength now, and they have just a lot of people at semis and stuff like that, and some of the higher level athletes and more and kind of higher profile people. So I got to go help Matt Torres with Emma Carey. Help is a loose term, and help with Anthony Davis, which, you know, I've competed against Anthony in Central East on teams for years. And I was doing media, so it was all kind of just experiences. But it was awesome, man. They Loud and Live did an awesome job running Granite Games at West Coast. I missed the MAC, which is not a Loud and Live one anyway. But yeah, the facilities were nuts at Granite Games. I thought the program was great, and that's real personal preference. It was a lot of sprinting. I think I talked to a buddy, and he had added up all the time caps for every workout. And I think it was, if you time capped, which no one was, it was 52 minutes of total work the entire weekend. So if I try to compete this year and I qualify, by God, Granite Games is my first choice. Because looking at like the Torian Pro, the reverse or whatever kind of triathlon, I can't remember what they named it, but that was insane. Great aerobic capacity test. Thought it was awesome. I didn't think there were many aerobic things at Granite Games, but that's also my favorite candy. So sprinting and skill work. But I thought it was a really good experience, man. It was a very real run. They were on time, and when, you know, as an athlete, they were very accommodating. You know, coaching's cool, which I think, you know, coaching's a thing where you kind of get told where you can't go and fussed at a lot, which is okay. But you know, they're really good about accommodating the athletes, because I want to say it was 1,000 degrees. And we were at the Vikings practice facility. So semis was very cool. And that event was cool to watch. Emma Carey, obviously getting to watch her and Mal, who I'm friends with, her and James, just been friends with them for a while. Very cool to see them go head to head, and kind of the game in the game played. Because they, you know, they watch each other. It's cool to say you don't, but they do. And, you know, then we went to West Coast, which, seeing The Hangover, man, they really make Vegas look fun. It's not. I was really overstimulated. Not a Vegas guy. Yeah, just was not my bag. So I think I went to the room and to the event, and I was, it was just a wild time. But again, very well run. The venue was awesome. It was all nostalgic workouts, because it was all workouts that had been done. The team stuff was awesome. So I got to help with Ohio Brutes, and that is L's team that coaches with Brute and with the younger guys there. So I kind of got a dive into the younger cats coming into the adult division, right? Like Dallin Pepper, James Sprague, they had Tudor Mag there, who's with the Brave one now with James. But helping fill in for Matt Torres there with those guys who are seasoned athletes. You know, they need very little in the thing, you know, in a sense of game day stuff, just kind of something to keep their head cool and make sure we're staying on task. But very impressed with those guys, the event in general. James Sprague, I think, is me at a younger age. So you ever had a heavy dose of your own medicine? And I love the kid. He is wide open all the time, and he means it. Just the nicest kid. He's hilarious. Like, I could not sit by him at a brief, because it was just like he had all the funny questions that he would ask him. It was great. Yeah. Dallin Pepper, just a serial killer for sure. That kid is he was a few points out of going. I think all three of them and Tudor will be just forces in the space for a while. Really impressed with them. James's ability to stay very positive. Dallon's just and James is these things too, but Dallon's professionalism, man, it was scary. He moves really well, very methodical, knows where he is on the floor all the time. I mean, I just watching him look left and right the whole time, like he could run out of his lane and kill somebody at any point was a wild time. But it's very methodical. Like
it's very mature too.
Yeah, very mature. And kids married, his whole family's there. They had a whole cheering section, and getting to know them, man, they're the nicest people. Still came to the games. We got to kick it with them. Ohio Brutes qualified, did awesome. I've known some guys that know them. They used to be at CrossFit Grandview and Columbus, where Joey Toto used to be. Good buddy. We used to compete against them when they were Grandview. Great guy. I both coach for Brute now, but they did awesome, man. And then went to the games and did well. So just kind of all across the board. I didn't get to go to Torian and watch Cara, but that long event crushed. Just kind of as advertised. Mama Bear comes through and wrecks it. But I was, coming out of the copy and paste argument, stuff like that. I guess they must have heard me because they made people do wall walks at the games too. So, thanks guys. We're very skilled.
Well, so as an athlete yourself, you said you'd prefer Granite Games. So you saying you don't prefer Vegas, the workouts there for yourself, or looking at the ruck run? Yeah.
So the old events, so I like data, right? Those events have a lot of data. You can watch the tape from regionals and see a million different attacks of that workout and see what worked, and kind of, if you're a person that needs that, cool. So there's a lot of data on that. I appreciate that. But outside of the ruck, don't like the ruck. If I got to run a long way, I kind of would rather carry something because that kind of evens the playing field. I thought James told me before he was going to come out. The kid had negative splits on that run because it was a lap, pick up some more weight, a lap, pick up. He had negative splits from the second to third lap. And it was 4 or 5. Comes in and melts. And honestly, the only reason he didn't win is because Cole Sager is a seasoned athlete and picked a spot to pass him where the kid could not hear him sneak up on him. Just football player, last play gear, hawked him down. And James couldn't see him coming. But, so me, I'm a bigger athlete, traditional, football player. I want to sprint, rest, sprint. That's why I did team for so long. Long aerobic things that take a whole lot of planning or, I dare say awareness. Not my favorite. I want to go push the gas pedal to the floor and see what happens. But that's what Granite Games was. Granite Games, I think the workouts they thought were going to be long, the thruster run, it was a shuttle. Anthony crushed that. Anthony won that one. Anthony is 10 pounds heavier than me, and I'm 6'2". He's not. He's a thick boy, 3 C's. And I was really impressed with that cat because he has just been back into fitness for 5 months. He's been doing weightlifting. I think he snatches 500 pounds or something. No, it's not 5. But, he snatched 345, powered 315. And I was 10 feet from him. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen. It was beautiful. Then wins the thruster workout. And then, burpee workout got on him a little bit. And there were some, you could tell toward the end of the weekend that he had just gotten back into it. But, if he sticks with it and puts kind of a season and a half, 2 seasons together, he's in the mix. He has the tools in the box, obviously. But that event was well constructed, it was well run. I think if you had played football or had any kind of thing where you train outside a lot, because if you've never been on turf doing 2-a-days, if I say it and somebody hears it that has been in that environment, you immediately feel just like your chin getting hot or just heat come up, and it's a skill to be able to deal with that. And if you've never dealt with it, then it's it's a stick in your brain. And so seeing that, just some people were just melting. It was really hot, and it was, even if it wasn't a real physical factor, mentally, it was draining people I saw. But the events were great, man. Matt O'Keefe and those guys, they pushed days back and did not care. We went late into the night some nights, which was awesome. Is it inconvenient? Yeah, but you for sure have the best interest of the athletes at heart. And is it a show? Yeah, and did not matter. They still put on live coverage. That was great. I hear. I think the only thing is a lot of people didn't show up. But if you pack out that Vikings practice stadium, it's the location could not be better. It's beautiful. It's right outside of Minneapolis. But it was, the hotel was literally right there, 100-yard walk to the practice facility. And it was beautiful. I don't know if it's brand new, but it looks it. there were some weird logistical things to keep from beating the field up. Obviously, I mean, it's a, ungodly amount of money to put that stuff out, and it's for NFL players. It's not for people to do clean and jerks and snatches.
Right.
But they did awesome, very well run. And I appreciate as an athlete, them being really flexible with the schedule. It wasn't just like a here, deal with it. No, we're doing Murph at the games. I don't care if it's noon or whenever it is.
Sure.
So that was very cool. West Coast was, more the same. It was just inside, a little cold. Ruck Run was outside, obviously, but they went pretty early. It was just, I think that was the best case scenario they could ask for. And the nostalgia of doing old events, I enjoyed. I thought that was really cool. And then it was just honestly, it was usual suspects that won that. I was super impressed with the underdog camp there. And then, that kind of carried over. I hate to see that everybody got wiped out except Danielle Brandon, but, totally got the snatch 315 or whatever in a warm up, getting ready for the snatch. So that's nice.
That was real cool.
Yeah, that's routine now. I'm sick of seeing it.
So then after semifinals, we move on to our next big event, which was the games. And we finally got to see you there. And you had a lot of roles there too, right?
Yeah, it was for a minute. It broke my heart, man. So I've known Car for a while. She was on the Romwa thing. We had done the Hawaiian Trail Run together. Met her and her husband Matt and their kid, and just had the best time. And so Nick Fowler had some stuff going on, so I had to fill in. Which again, seasoned athlete, she doesn't need me to build things out for her. She needs somebody to keep her loose and have fun. I can do that. That's a sick skill I have. But we were having a good time, and she just watching her at the Torian, you could tell she was very fit, insanely fit. And that was a good field. And so she gets to the games, has a lot of residual stuff, the antigen stuff she was testing negative for. She had COVID, but wasn't contagious. So basically like she had bronchitis. And if you've ever had it, you start to take a deep breath and you kind of get to peeking one out and just crackle water in your lungs. It just sucks. And so you're fine when you're sitting still. And these are her words. I'm fine when I'm sitting still, but if I try to do anything, I'm suffocating. And so with the cuts, you kind of know what's coming if you can't go out there and put down your hardest gas pedal effort. And she just broke my heart for her, man, because I want to see her do so well. I want her kid, especially with the sacrifices she made to get there. And then having a quarantine when you go back. And, I have a daughter. I can't imagine
being home, but not being home.
Yeah. Or that. And in the middle of it, I remember she was on the floor and they were like, oh, they just closed the border to Australia.
Oh, yeah.
So they're only letting X amount of people in per week. It was like 2,000 or 4,000, something like that. And so, yeah, man, I can't imagine at baseline how stressed you are. And so broke my heart for her. Physically, seemed like she was in one of the better years. Said her body felt the best it felt in years, which, I think having fun, feeling good, her is dangerous for sure for anybody, especially if the events line up, because she's got the crazy brain and she's just, she's a vet. But Emma Carey, getting to watch her and Mal go at it at the games. Obviously Mal had a little better draw performance. Just seeing her win one was awesome. Just being cool. Really good. Oh man, just seeing and being good buddies with James. I'm big for if people I'm associated with do well. I mean, even seeing Scott get to comb around and you guys I want everybody to, if whatever you got your hands in, I hope you stir it as hard as you can and it goes as well as it could for you. And if it's something you care about. And so, he's an emotional cat like I am. So watching him in the stands lose his mind was awesome. Whole little cheering section. And I don't know, man. It's weird when you see, I guess it's not weird. Just I expect lights for the first time when they're on you to be heavy, and they were not. She was there to march through it like the Terminator. And same thing for Emma. They're way different athletes. And Emma, very methodical. I'll say about her, the kind of brain she has, and Matt Torres told me this, it does not register to her, failure doesn't register. If me and Charlie hop up and do pull-ups, if I think I'm going to fail, I'm going to drop. All right. It's not a surprise to me. And you can see this happen to her at Granite Games. It happened on the thruster workout. She's going, does not comprehend to her that she's about to fail one, does. Yeah. That line is not in there for you, or that switch does not flip oh, we're in trouble, which is an awesome skill, right? That's a CrossFit thing. I can hurt, and she can. And so, the future's scary for her as well. She, getting to know Matt and kind of the brains that are involved in the things we do at Brute makes me more excited. And then James, there's no telling what's gonna come down the pipe for him this year. I know that inbox is probably very full. And obviously, like, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, Mal's a monster. They're both monsters. But seeing the kid, take an event by the neck and choke it out and take the champ. And then a lot of people say they can do that, especially, being so young.
I remember watching it with Kat, and we saw her Mal do her first set of thrusters on broken, and we were like, I don't know, that might be a mistake. And then we're like, oh, just kidding, she's not going to burn out. We're fine.
The crazy part is she knows, she carries a big stick, and like when she's going to swing it, she'll swing it. And so you can watch her do stuff. And I've seen her day to day, so I know kind of how she does things. There's a lot she does before she does barbell stuff and all this, right? But I was sitting around. I think me and Kat were sitting next to each other. But she does a thruster and holds it, and everybody's like, "Oh no, don't do that." I'm like, "Look, that's how she rests, dog. Like, I don't know what to tell you." But it's seeing people not know things, and it's cool to know personally how they do stuff. And she, I don't know, man, it was nuts. Like, she crushed it. That was a really interesting event to watch, and I hated that event, as I did in the quarters or open, whatever, wall walks. We get it, guys. I've never seen somebody double down to tell you, no, I am a jerk. Here you go. 55 more. Yeah, you heard me. I'm a jerk. But we get it, bud. Like, you know.
So what'd you think about the other events as far as the programming at the games this year?
I loved it. I thought that the mix was really good. I liked the kayak was a little weird. The long swim was cool. I thought the fins kind of neutralized a lot of people. So if you were a good swimmer, you kind of got penalized. Which, long swim's expected. And what I know about that water is it's not that deep all the way across. So
gross is what I hear.
It is gross. It is that.
I mean, you add a little E. coli in there.
Yeah, a lot of poop. Probably a lot of poop in that water. But the kayaks are like big recreational ones, right? Like, it's one you'd hook your fishing pole to the back of, which was cool. I dig that it was not the normal run, swim, run. Like, it was, you kind of got to cash out on the swim, and then, the turnaround was cool. Not bad. They at least got some good footage of it. But I thought the rest of the program was great. I really like the toe to bar run one with 1.5 miles. I mean, it was a lot of running. But the mix was really good, as it always is. I feel like it was more classic CrossFit this year than normal years. There was nothing crazy. There was no like slug or something weird. I like the pig coming back. That's pretty, we have a big tire at the gym that makes me really dirty every day-ish. Just a little sexier apparatus version of that. But it was very well thought out. I enjoyed the team workouts. I thought the team workouts there wasn't a lot of standing around. And then the mix was really good from long aerobic tests. And it seemed like there were some really specific tests, right? Like the run one with the toes to bar 1.5 miles. Can you go big with the big rep speed? Can you hold the pace on the run? I mean, that was a running workout. 30 set of 30 toes to bar going into those long runs is plenty of rest. So that's can you hurt? Because those numbers are kind of negligible at that level. And the same for, the rope climb workout. It was a really smooth mix. And it was honestly like, there was nothing fancy. I hated the wall walk one, but it is what it is. They had some drag races. The bike snatch one I thought was awesome. But yeah, man, the program was great. It was very well rounded. I thought the tests were awesome. I think the only weird thing was the handstand walk down and back, which honestly, if that's the, the deepest, like, not reinvent the wheel. I don't think they do that, but just that was the show, like, kind of different showcase thing. It was awesome. And then honestly, like, seeing Danielle Brandon do the Stone Cold Steve Austin, like, I'm so disappointed. One, I'm here for that. We need more of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's not friends. I know. And like Hopper, several people are coming to me like, oh, he's a jerk. I'm like, no, he's not. He played sports. That's what it is. Like, be friends in class, be friends in training. Hell, be friends in the warm up and the cool down. But when we're out here, we ain't cool, dog. And like, if you beat me, it's the same thing. Like, if Charlie whooped me in a workout and he came back to cheer for me, yes, do I love CrossFit and community? Absolutely. I'll see you at Friendsgiving and all the community events at the gym. Don't come cheer for me. Leave me alone. Because what you're saying is, hey, man,
I beat you.
I whooped you, and I whooped you so bad I'm recovered enough to come tell you, hey, bud, you're holding up the
Right.
show.
You can
Let's
do
wrap
it.
it up. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Right.
And I don't think I'm alone in that. That's not a foreign concept to me, but like I'm here for those things. I think as the sport evolves and it gets to, and I'm so happy the season is linear again. I'll say that from open quarter, semi, the games. I'm so glad the season is the season again. So that was cool to see the flow. And there was nothing crazy other than the COVID stuff. They ran the COVID testing really well. I got there and got my test for a media pass right before Carrie Pierce tested positive and had to dip out. I waved at her in the car, so that sucked. But man, they were very smooth with all the things. The program was great.
What about those handstand push-ups?
The freestand? Okay. Now, I'm biased because how I learned a handstand walk way back in Mississippi CrossFit is we just had like circus Saturdays is what we call it. So we had a long run up to a wall. So we'd set up like, I think I put something on my story yesterday, like messing around with the handstand walk pyramid and did a handstand push up on top of it. But like, so that's how I learned. So I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, do chiropractors also love it? Because now everybody's trying that and they're going to be in the office getting adjusted and fixed up. Absolutely. But I thought it was cool. I didn't understand the standard.
Yeah,
so like
I still don't.
And that's my thing with like new stuff. Like everything can be straightforward. Like and because honestly, like that's always been my qualm. Like we've talked about it before, right? Like the judging, right? Like the NBA is not pulling referees out of the stands, and not to say, a lot of them are volunteers, and so they're as nervous as the people doing it, right? Like it's not. I've never seen Ed Hockley be nervous to call a hold or something like that in the NFL. But yeah, I mean, I thought the event was awesome. One of my favorite events ever was the loaded pistol 405 deadlift handstand walk workout, just from a kind of, the physiology of it, like the breakdowns and then seeing you be able to coordinate and be taxed in different ways. That was one of my favorite events ever because it was that into that muscle up deficit handstand push-up workout. That 2013, that was an awesome workout. So I like the weird stuff. Love the freestanding handstand push-ups. I think the standard was sticky, but I guess that's to be expected with things that are new and kind of nuanced. But it was cool to see people drag race on it. It wasn't cool that Medeiros won, but the standard was iffy, so he had to go back and do another one or something like that, right? Like I didn't understand.
Kellner ended up winning, I think.
That's it, which I expected. Yeah. I think I told somebody that before. I was like, oh, he's about to crush this. It makes no sense. Like, might do him strict. Because I remember a few years ago, like me and Alex Smith were doing like funny Instagram stuff, doing strict freestanding stuff. And but it was cool to see, man. If that's the newest thing, and like the sled pull one with the sled pull stuff, the yoke cheese curd workout was awesome. Everything in the Coliseum was great. So it was good. I enjoyed the program. I thought it was very well rounded, and freestanding handstand push-ups being the only kind of circus act, really. I thought it was cool. The event, they were very well structured this year. So I enjoy, and they always are. It's just there was nothing weird.
What athletes on the female and the male side really left an impression on you after the games?
For sure, Mal. That's super kind of given. I expect her and Emma to do well, but also, like I said, I expect lights to be heavy. Neither were. If you talk to Emma, I'll say, like I said, for James, Emma's ability to, kind of put everything in the colander, and the only thing that stays is the positive things to draw out of it, and everything else kind of falls to the drain, is that'll take her a long way. And the same for Mal. Nobody came off and threw a fit. So I was very impressed with them on the women's side. Danielle Brandon also, like I said, West Coast, man, that entire camp, like, scary. Bethany Shabber was in the best shape she'd ever been in. Like, I had her pick top 5 for sure. I think Carrie Pierce is, I hate to go off last year because it was kind of weird. Yeah. But, all in the mix.
She was showing it, yeah.
Well, and the events were good for her. After the fact, it's easy to say that, but they were good for her. I was excited to see them go. So, like, the show Danielle Brandon put on, especially kind of, I don't know. I don't know the details of what they were telling her as far as like the segregation stuff and the getting her away from everybody, but it sucked. But to see her put on the performance, because she wanted to do well, obviously this body of work leads to this, and that's what your sports system and all this stuff's for. But it's like a big middle finger, suck it. Like, you treat me like this, I'm coming in hot. So that was cool, and she had cool blue hair. But the youngsters, man, for the girls and Danielle Brandon were, I did not see Kristen Holta retiring coming in. Did not see that. So that sucks. I thought she had more juice in the tank, and I'm not sure what's going on there. But I appreciate her body of work. She was really consistent. But on the girl side, that was it for me. That and Haley Adams, who, if you thought it was a fluke last year, not.
Right.
The kid is a psychopath for the fitness. Watching her touch her butt to the ground with a snatch is terrifying, but she can make it happen.
Yeah.
She's tough, man. Like that whole camp, I got to spend a little time with her a few years back, and like you can just tell, like it's in there. Those gears turn in a different way. For the guys, Noah doing well. Super personal preference. That's my guy. I wanted my guys to win. I told you I had Chan to come in and top 5 podium.
He's sick. Was Noah sick?
Noah had kidney stones, bro. And that's what my wife does for a living. She does urology.
Yeah.
So that's no fun. He had kidney stones leading up. He had a good weekend, seemed like, but those things, take a toll on you coming in.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. I also partial to like Justin Medeiros because the last sanctional we did was Filthy 150, and that's where he, we won and he won. And that kid is just, man, the nicest, like off the floor, the nicest. And he is like the switch flips psychopath on the floor, which I love. And his hair is just, you can't, everybody loves that. But yeah, man, it was very cool. It was weird to see people get weeded out by like not drug tests, but like COVID stuff. Like it was really hard to move past that weird stuff. And I got to watch a lot of the master stuff too, man. And I think my first like CrossFit love was Annie Sakamoto because she was in the Nasty Girls video.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Who does not need air squat ball for air squats in that video, and I said that to her. But her and Ron Ortiz did awesome. The guy that coaches me, Jason Layden, she was on the podium. Ron was on the podium per usual. Ron kind of, I think he'll be there till he doesn't want to. He looks like Goro from Mortal Kombat. But yeah, they're all great people, man. But it's, I'm always impressed with like the energy of the place, like everybody loving on each other, and just I don't know, I get to walk around and all the people I'm with are cool. You meet a whole lot of new people, and we talked about kind of the community of it. And my buddy Xander just got done talking about this on the Misfit podcast, which, he got super involved. And it's every year my favorite thing is seeing all the people and kind of just catching up and just the community of it. The competition's cool, and I know that's the end point for a lot of people, but the energy of it is what I get into, and it kind of fills the cup up. And so, that was the weekend for me. The media stuff is stressful because it's hard to know if you're good at that for sure. Me and Kat were laughing about that the whole week.
Yeah.
I think Scott ended up getting sick, but powered through, which was cool to see. Poor fella, just going through it. But caught up with them at the tent for a little bit. Saw you guys. Charlie didn't bring any good shoes. I'll say that.
I did not.
I didn't bring any fitness shoes. I worked out zero times while I was there. Yeah, I was more proud of that than I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. to work out at the games. Like, I'm not competing, dog. We're doing fun stuff. But since we're gonna come out of retirement this year and try to make a run, I've been waking up at 5. So
let's hear it. Let's hear about it. What's your plan? So waking up at 5, you're making a run.
Yeah, we're gonna try to compete. I'm gonna do individual. Since there's so many rules for team. I went to Connecticut this past weekend with Jason. He runs Conquer Athlete. He's coached me for 3 years. I told you, I'm sadly I don't have any more hobbies. Dad.
I was gonna say, dad life.
Husband, yeah, and coaching on Bruce. I have some remote athletes. I'm took on one of my like friends for a long time and just kind of in the space. We're from the same place, Holly Henderson. She was at West Coast. I think she ended up getting 20th, 21st. So I'm excited to work with her and kind of walk through it with her. But yeah, man, I'm going to coach and be an athlete and see where it goes. I think, and more so, like I've been super guilty in the past of like prioritizing the having fun of it over the, and it may have been me dodging responsibility for, how much I actually cared about it and stuff like that as an individual. But yeah, we're going to have fun, but I'm also going to come try to be competitive and put the foot on the gas and see where it goes and exercise a little more athletic maturity than I have in the past, maybe. So see what happens. hopefully there won't be that many wall walks and any stage this year. We can do ring muscle ups again or something weird. It'll be a crazy time. But no, I'm excited. It'll be fun. Jason is mega patient with me leading up to that. We'll have a new baby in November. So hopefully I'll get to, we'll see how that goes, but everything is subject to change as it is, with the children's. So yeah, we're excited. Trying to figure out what we're going to name her. Trying to get her to name her Tyler Catherine. I love little boy names for girls like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Charlie's out there for you if you need it.
Charlie's a good one.
It is a
Charlie
good
is
one.
a good one. Yeah, my friend Derek has a little girl named Charlie. She's cute. So she got a little freckle. She's the cutest kid ever. And he puts his in sneakers just like I do. They're a little older than mine, or a lot older. They're like 8 and 10, I think, or 4 and 10, something like that. But she, mine's
That's
into
a big difference.
Yeah, whatever. Mine's tall. We, but yeah, it's I don't know, that's what I told Marilyn. Like, I was like, oh, it's another girl. Cool. Like, we're gonna save so much money on clothes. She was like, yeah, it's 2 weddings. I was like, it is. Just kidding. I'd rather buy some onesies, but. No, we're excited, man. It'll be November or something, middle of November, but knowing her, it'll be early December. We cooked late on the last one. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm excited. She, the first go round was I was getting ready for the games when we had Anna with, my team, Meat Squad, and, she was awesome, just a trooper about letting me get out and go spend an hour and a half to just put it on a schedule. So it's a teamwork thing for sure. But 2 is a different ball game. We're going from zone to man-to-man defense.
Man-to-man,
so that's it. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited.
I think after 2, though, Charlie can tell you, I think it's just whatever. You just have more kids so they take care of the other one, right?
You just make sure the doors are locked. You just make sure the doors are locked. That's all.
Yeah,
how many you got, Charlie?
Me, 5.
Good God. You got to start in 5.
That's right. Well, they're all short, so it's not really. We got nobody playing the post.
They're all point guards. Guards. Yeah, that's all good.
In the new league, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Small 5.
It's a shoot or shoot. Yeah, I'm excited, man. She going through that. I mean, I'll be interested to see what having a baby in Texas versus Mississippi's like, because in Texas they legitimately let me deliver the baby. Like, I cannot tell that story enough. It was insane. Right. The most savage, beautiful thing I've ever done. Mm-hmm. But I'll be interested to see. And like, I feel like COVID stuff's ramping up, and like my filter between my brain and mouth does not work very well. And so, not that I want more people in there than just me and her, but just like, I don't want to have to wear a mask or her to wear a mask while she's going through that. Like, 'cause it's such a crazy time. So we'll see. Where is Scott? Scott got a job or something?
Yeah, he does. But I said that we wanted to do this. I was like, it's just about us. We wanted to have an episode.
Well, it says Scott under your head. So I
know that's because I'm using his account.
That's all good. What did you guys, how did y'all feel about the game stuff being on kind of in the mix of it? Did you have a good time? Were you super stressed out? Because I was both.
I don't think I was super stressed out. I was there the whole week. That's the only thing that was rough for me is being there
That's a long week.
It is. So I missed my people from my house.
Yeah.
But it was really cool getting the experience of, getting to be a coach and being in the back and, kind of having that aspect of it and being part of the athlete briefings, and then also having the rest of the week then to be a spectator. So it was kind of the best of both worlds. So I did like that part.
A part of the athlete briefing. Don't you say a word. Well, that's what's crazy. Like, coach is such a loose term, right? Like, you're basically the pack mule.
Yeah.
You protest nothing. You cannot say anything at the athlete brief. You're really just like a chauffeur, and you're there to make jokes and keep them loose. I mean, obviously, like, do strategy stuff, but
yeah.
Well, they cuff you. You can't. I think I got kicked out of like 4 areas I wasn't supposed to be in. So it's a wonder that I was able to be around.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't cut that right off of you.
They did. I had 2 cut off of me.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Well, I'm also like, I'll just walk. Right, like, I'm not intentionally break the rules, but I'm just gonna walk. If you stop me, oh, cool, man, didn't know. And I did these 2 times. The guy just, I don't know who they hire to do security, but like, they don't, they don't stop you.
Yeah.
And so I walked right on by, and he, somebody, hey, you're supposed to be back. I was like, nobody stopped me. Like, where y'all paying these guys? Give me that money, I'll stop people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always a good time. They just, boy, coaching is it's different. They'll let you come hang out in certain spots, and other ones you're going to get like scalded and threatened. So, except for not Ingrid Cantola, she does a great job. sends out emails fast when you're not in the right
She
spot.
She does real
And
fast.
that's what I told her. Like, she can't work at the games because every time I see her there, she's pregnant. Yeah, mega pregnant. But their kid's so cute too. But yeah, it's a good time, man. Charlie, you just came, was it Wednesday or Thursday?
I came Thursday. I had no responsibilities. I had a great time. I like free stuff.
Just
I'm all about
sweat.
that. Yeah. Drinking 400 Fit Aid just because they were free. Why not?
That's my favorite thing. I love free stuff.
But he did bring home a souvenir. Ask him what he brought home.
Did
What'd you bring?
brought a little COVID home back with me.
No.
Got to hang out in a room by myself for 2 weeks, which was also fun.
We all knocked it out together. So Marilyn got, as to be expected, working at the hospital. She got it and brought it home. I can't taste or smell. I was like, all right, we'll hold it down with the Netflix for a good old 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Kid was fine. That's what's, I don't know, man. They, everybody's a scientist now. I just like, let's just let it ride, see what happens. But she said it's ramping up. She's kind of my ear to the ground for that stuff. Like, if she tells me in the hospital it's crazy, then because her crazy level is, if she says it's crazy, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we got lucky. Neither one of us got too sick. We're just, whatever. But we're also not like special population. We're not obese. We're not,
right.
Whatever. Which it sucks for those people. But I mean, it ain't like a car. You can't go trade this bad boy in. You got to take care of his body.
Right. Right. Yeah, mine wasn't terrible. It was just gave me a chance to stay away from everybody.
Well, you're looking thin. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding.
That is true. that is true.
Then, Dex, maybe you could talk some sense into him. So he's in quarantine, for 14 days and it's not working out, which, I understand. And then he decides right after he gets out of that, he's going to do a workout, which was 1,000 push-ups.
Why would you do that ever? If you felt great, why would you do that?
Oh.
You trying to be the mayor of Titty City? What are you doing?
That's right. I was getting ready to go to the pool.
Man, hell no.
Nice little pump on.
You know what I saw? My buddy Jordan Samuel, who's an awesome photographer I'd say for XYZ, but it's everybody. He shoots for everybody. Probably seen some of his pictures. Great guy. He just did Murph every day for 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, he's a ninja guy, right? Like, he's a jiu-jitsu like gymnast guy, jacked out of his mind. But no.
But let's review this for 1 second though. If you start doing it every day, did he wear a vest every day or did he switch it up kind of?
I'm not sure actually. That's a good either way. If you wear a vest, you're double psycho.
Right. But let's just look at it this way. If he's doing it every day though, he's doing like a 45 or less minute workout a day.
Yeah, but you can't look at the time. You gotta look at the volume. It's the volume on the joints. Okay. This is me bitching about programming at every affiliate I've ever been to. Not everyone. Not Derby City CrossFit. And he's a grown man. Like, you do whatever you want. No, he wasn't paying anybody to make him do that. But yeah, that what you did and what he did was the fitness version of the crate challenge. Yeah, which I'm just dying to not try.
Not even
I saw a meme the other day. It was like a split screen picture, and it showed like COVID, whatever, and then it had the crates, and it was like, guess which one's going to kill more people this year? And it was like, crate challenge. Crate challenge for sure.
You talk about chiropractors.
Oh no, ER.
They love it.
That's what somebody put up too. They're like, y'all out here doing the crate challenge like we got ER beds to spare. Nope. They I don't know, man. It's so yeah, my wife works out at 5 a.m. in the meat locker every morning, so I've been getting up. It's been 3 days now. So doing
3 days. Woo!
Man, look, I used to be an early bird. Like in college, after we got done playing football, I was 5 a.m. I had like my little squad. I was introducing these guys to CrossFit. We're all psychopaths. Now there's nothing. My kid just started sleeping until 7 too. So like, it's mega unnecessary. And I've never been a 2 sessions guy, but I'm oddly heavy right now for me. So I went to Connecticut and I told him, and I was 218 when I left the house. I was like, I'm light right now. Let's go. Get up there. They got this in-body thing and they're talking smack. It was me, Will Carter, and some other people, Emma Ferreira and Tommy DePrima. She's from Florida. She was on CrossFit Hype's team at West Coast. She's good. Emma's good. She goes to she's been on an Invictus team before, and she was at Granite Games individual. But they we do some team worm stuff. And Will's like, "Oh, I'm sick right now. I'm weighing like 208." So what'd you say to me? Get on the scale. And I'm thinking it's going to be like 218, 228. I was like, all right, well, I did the Birdman hand rub. I was like, we're going to eat some vegetables this weekend. I didn't. We ate pizza. Jay made homemade pizza and stuff like that. It was cool, man. It was, I still love the worm. We did some worm stuff. And we lift. I almost killed myself trying to snatch 300 pounds. I smacked 285, and then I put 300. I would never try 295 because I'm an idiot. But smoked 285, put 300 on there. Almost killed myself like 4 times. But I'm also very committed to dying under it. I'll sit under there. Just couldn't catch it, but it'll happen. I need to get fitter more than I need to get stronger anyway.
Need to get some of that. What James has got going on over there,
bro. When I tell you, this man. He needs to be studied. Yeah, he is a specimen because like he doesn't. If you go, he's in there all day, right? Like that's his show. Awesome gym, some massive. It's in a cool little industrial park, but it doesn't look like an industrial park. 25-foot ceilings, like great gym. He does not eat all day. I'm certain. I'm pretty sure he crushes up ibuprofen and snorts them as the day goes on. Does not drink a drop of water. I bought him a big like blender bottle Coda jug to drink. I was like, dude, please start doing this so you're not like a 45-year-old with no kidneys. Like, but his thing when we go do these camps, right, and we're gonna have a third one coming up, which is it's starting to be I guess it'll be a bigger deal now because Mal was there. The last one had 45 people. We're gonna structure it a little more because honestly, it's been like a willy-nilly kind of. I'll throw out some info. Marquand will throw out some info. James will do some info. We had some juggernaut strength guys come out to the last one. JP and Dakota was awesome. But we're going to structure a little more. I think Witt's going to be involved a little bit. Josh Hamchala and I were talking about that. So it'll be a bigger deal. I think the dates are in January. I'll double check that. But his thing when we have these camps, long story long, is so at some point we're going to do a strength event, right? Like the first one was a clean ladder. This one was something with double unders. He did not do the double unders. But he'll come in 100% cold. I'm not even sure he like empties his pockets or ties his shoes up. And like the first camp, he came in and did like 355 power clean, triple, like touch and go. I was like, we get it. Like your name's on the lease. Like this is daddy's house. We get it. But that's his thing. And he is a freakish human. Like, I mean, he just played ball. His muscle recruitment is like a baby bear or like a cat that can jump 10 feet straight up in the air. Like it's scary. But what's crazy is like, he's the nicest dude, like most genuine, nicest love on people dude ever. Could he rip your arms off your body? Probably. But super nice. I mean, the environment there, man. And that's how I know, like, her parents are around and he is one of the nicer people I've ever met. And like the energy's always good, man. In that camp, I want to say like, while there's a lot of value in the information and like kind of experiences to be shared, right? Like Marquand is a super smart dude. I've been in the space for a while and coach and have athleted a little. JP and yeah, it's in Des Moines.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So we had a good time. It's just and it was very, if there was no value in the information, which there is, just the energy of it and kind of the flow and environment of getting to work out around all those people and just it's hard to find that and we have a good time. On top of, I'm really excited to see it be structured out more and us be able to kind of unpack expertise and stuff. I think I'm going to do Marquand and I'll do some of the fitness and movement stuff. James maybe have like he's going to do the strength things. I don't know who's going to come from Juggernaut. I would hope JP and them come back so I had a good time with them. And then we'll get into some recovery stuff. Honestly, that's why I'm getting back into it. Like my body feels the best it's probably ever felt, I think, because of all the weird stuff I'm getting into recovery wise. And it may not be weird, just things I should have been doing the whole time. And I was like, man, at 32, 30, I'll be 33 next week. Yeah. 2 years away from 35 to 39. Y'all wait for it. Kyle Casper Bauer will be out. I'm coming on in. I hope. Yeah, it's war of attrition. I ain't good at winning much, but I'll stay healthy. But yeah, it's exciting, man. The camp will be fun. I love those guys, and I'm gonna compete this year, and we'll get to, we'll all get to do more things together. And I was super encouraged by that, seeing how well the games went for you guys, and me getting to kind of coach and do the media thing. So I'm excited to see where it goes, man. How tall the tree grows.
Well, I know we need to wrap up here, but we need to ask you one piece of advice for Charlie and I for the weekend.
Oh God. Funnel the beers. Don't drink them out of the can.
Hold the phone. We are both doing competition on separate teams, but we're doing a team competition.
Who's gonna win?
Well, we're in different divisions, so
Oh.
we'll be okay.
really.
But not really. We're going at the same time, but different divisions. It is a master's comp, so that's good. But Charlie sometimes goes out a little hot, and then
Sometimes
he goes like this.
I'm here to party. So I'm here to party.
Yeah.
I'm not here to
Yeah.
pace.
You ever shot firecrackers? Light them. And they go up in the sky and explode. That's what happens.
Right.
Okay. That's why
Bring
you
a
show
little-
up.
Yeah.
A lot of
COVID
noise.
lung with me.
Yeah,
a lot
COVID
of
lung.
noise, loud bang. What do you mean? Yeah, it depends on the events, man. Charlie knows where you can put the gas down. All right, put it down. A lot of people won't. And what better place to do it than at a competition? You
Right.
know? Yeah, don't be scared to look silly. So go out crazy. I like that.
Oh, we'll show you some videos.
Yeah, show it. Look, I think that's like crippling in my brain because like I think my coach brain and my athlete brain, like I have a really hard time going to a place, maybe not look stupid because I'm really cool to look stupid. I've worn a crop top at regionals, but I really like moving well. And if I feel like pattern breakdown, I'm like, oh, we're resting. And so it's a skill, dude. Like you need to be able to go there. And that's that's why my shirt's not light gray and all over because I just literally when I came in here, I was still out of breath. But yeah, it's just go. It's a skill. And
I
like
need these
you know,
recovery tools.
yeah.
The ice
No,
bath.
just jump. I'm doing it today. It's been really weird. So like I'm a big fan of things that roll downhill, right? Like things that will affect everything. It's like one thing I can do the ice and sauna thing, which I know access to a sauna is hard, but everybody has access to like cold water. If you just have a shower, cool. Cold as you can stand it, try to go as long as you can, or until you can like calmly, normally breathe. I've gotten into the Wim Hof stuff. There's a lady in California at Douche Gym. Her name's Kimmy Moss, who's kind of led me through a lot of it, and I'll, contact her about stuff. But it's the things they have going on there are very cool as far as headspace. And if you look into the nerd stuff of heat shock, cold shock proteins, just kind of the different hormesis stuff for yourself and putting yourself in a really controlled, uncomfortable situation to where you're going to tell your body, hey, I'm dying, but you're not. Like, and that's how you feel when you get in the ice. It's a weird tool to have in the bag to know you're okay.
Yes.
When you get to feeling bad in the workout. So try it. Do it tonight when you go home. Do it right before bed. Like,
I'll tell you what I have found with the ice bath, the perfect amount of time that you should spend in one. There's two choices. Number one is depends on what time of year it is, but you can get in the ice bath, and then while you're in there, you have your recovery beer.
shit.
So when that beer is done, then it's time to get out.
It's time to get out.
What kind of watch do you use? Bud Light. So the girl here
Sometimes
that works
it's
out, her name's
a
Hester.
pumpkin ale.
A girl here that trains with me, her name's Hester Lowe, and she was like fittest in Mississippi in 2018. But she'll come do it with me. Like she's addicted. She'll drink a White Claw while she's in there. I shit you not. Like it's the funniest thing ever. She's great.
Gotta replace those carbs.
You gotta. She's crazy. Like she'll play a tennis tournament and then come in here and do fitness. But she shows up, man. She works really hard, which I appreciate. But yeah. All right, whoever wins, and I don't care if you're in different divisions, somebody's got to win.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you throw up, if Charlie throws up, he went so hard he wins automatically.
Okay.
And you can't game the
Might be
system and
event
eat
one.
Taco Bell. You can't game the system before and eat Taco Bell. Taco Bell's for after. That's always the reward, or mine anyway. We compete. We'll eat Taco Bell later.
All right.
Yeah. $19.27 worth.
I'm planning on being lights out on event one and just coast through the rest of it.
See what happens. No, don't say coast. Just see what happens. Yeah. See what you got in the tank. That's okay.
Oh yeah.
That's what the gas is in there for, to be used.
Yep.
Yeah. Crash and burn.
Yep.
That's all right. We'll do this again, and then she'll get to recap it, and she can tell us.
Yes. All right, Dex.
We'll do your recap.
Yeah, do it. You
No,
can,
I'll be
I'll tell you all
busy.
my faults. I have no problems talking about my faults.
Same.
I'll be the one that's finished coming up and saying, "Come on, Amy, you can do it."
No,
Come on,
don't
Amy,
do-
let's
hey,
go.
look, throw the chalk bucket on him if he does that. Get away from me.
I will.
Bro,
I have
Hopper,
flicked
so-
off my coach in the middle at the end of an open workout one time. They came over to cheer me on, and I was like,
Yeah. I'll tell him, go. That's my first one. Get away from me.
Yeah.
And I'll keep going. So at the games, they were doing one of the events, and you wouldn't wrap up after this. But, talking about Hopper being a football
Yeah.
player, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's on-field swag. We ain't cool till after.
Yeah.
Noah must have came up to him and tried to give him the old, hey, good job, buddy. I kicked your ass, but let's wrap it up. And he gave him the shoe. I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I would have done the same thing, but I would have said something.
yeah.
Like, so I'm not mad at the fella. I appreciate it. It's not going how you thought. That's okay. Get the hell away from me, please.
Yeah. That's right.
And I love Noah. He's like my brother, but yeah, man, it's a good time in the sport. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Me too. All right, Dex. Well, thanks for talking to us and good luck. We can't wait to hear what happens in November.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time. Pushing for that name. If y'all talk to her, Tyler Catherine. That's what we
Okay.
want to do. So
All right.
AK, TK, Ty. I don't know. I just don't want to call her Ty. That's what Marilyn's worried about. We definitely won't call her Ty. But yeah, little Tyler, come on.
Charlie's got one of
I
his
got a
kids'
Tyler.
name. Yeah.
Charlie's
I got a
good,
Tyler.
but I played ball with a guy named Charlie, and we called him Chuckles. I would be super tempted to call him Chuckles all the time.
Charlie has
Yeah.
a Tyler.
See, no Charlie likes Chuckles. Yeah,
No.
yeah. See,
All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon, Dex.
I got it.
Yeah.